Aloha everyone, it's Malika and bye-bye. Some of you probably read about it on my social media accounts already that I had a really scary choking incident with Vi yesterday. I recorded something right after it happened, but I wanted to preface that video, which is pretty emotional and very raw, with just some thoughts now that I've had several hours to kind of think about it. I had nightmares last night, and so I wanted to turn this super negative, traumatizing experience of mine into a positive and share my experience with you. I was reticent to even share about it initially because I felt so much guilt. I was blaming myself. And I know a lot of moms do this. Sorry. The outcome could have been so different. But fortunately, you know, instincts kicked in and I did what I had to do. I keep replaying what could have happened instead of what did happen, which was already traumatizing, but what could have happened would have been way more traumatizing. I don't blame the sitter. I don't blame anyone for what happened. Mistakes happen, accidents happen, and that's just life, you know. We're all just doing the best job that we can, and it was something that could have happened to anyone. The mothers that I told the story to recently have all said, oh my gosh, I would have never thought of that, you know? So the purpose of this blog and vlog is to remind mothers, fathers, caregivers to just keep it in mind that all of these choking hazards, to encourage you to renew your infant CPR and rescue measures, because the information that I had is old. They no longer, for example, use the finger to sweep objects out of infants' throats. I went straight to an event after this choking incident that I was singing and emceeing, and sat at a table with a nurse who said that's no longer what they do. It's no longer recommended because of the very fact that you could push an object farther into an infant's throat. Another one of my nurse friends was telling me that now they do almost like a baby Heimlich. You know, I'm no expert. I'm definitely going to be, are you pulling my hair? I'm definitely going to be, and my husband, we're going to be going to an infant rescue CPR class here on Maui to re-educate ourselves and get up to date. So if I can encourage you to do the same, I mean, it's real life, you know, things are going to happen. There's no way I can get rid of every single small item in my entire house, but I'm going to talk to my preschooler. I'm going to talk to the caregivers, that anybody that has to watch Vi and be her caregiver. And, you know, let's just keep the conversations going. And I would love actually to hear your comments about experiences you've had. If you have resources to places where people can go to find out more, to be better educated, to know what to do in the situation, to know what to do to prevent situations like this, I welcome those. Please, no mom bashing, no babysitter bashing, no disrespectful comments or telling me what should have been done or what I should have done or what the babysitter should have done, because that's all in the past. You know, I'm trying to get past it. So let's all get past it together and be a support system for one another. My name is Malika and this is Vaipuna. And she's 6 months old and she just was choking.
I heard coughing, and I was napping, and I ran into the room, and I normally she doesn't have anything in her bed that's small anywhere near her bed, and so I couldn't figure out. I like took 5 seconds to look around, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and she was still coughing, and then I pulled her out of the crib, and I kind of looked in there, and I didn't see anything. So it was like pretty far back there, and I like put my finger in, and because you know they tell you to take your pinky, and I felt like I was pushing it back farther, and so I like flipped her over, you know, like this, and I started racking her on the back to try to get it dislodged. I didn't know what it was, and I was totally freaked out, and she's like still kind of like gagging and choking, and then I put my finger in again, and I totally felt something, and it freaked me out because I didn't want to push it in farther, and then like it'd be a really big problem. Sorry. And finally, I put both my fingers in, and I just pulled it out, and it was so scary. And I never put her down with anything small, but this is what it was. It was a hair clip. And she had a babysitter, and the babysitter put her down, I guess, with the clip in her hair. And it totally freaked me out, because I felt responsible because I bought that clip. And I know that I tell, you know, my husband and my son to never, you know, let her around small things, and I mean, like, this is one of Jackson's little cars, you know, and that they should never put it near her, but it just, like, my heart is breaking right now, because I'm sure it's happened to other mothers out there that they didn't mean to, and accidentally something like this happens, and I'm just so thankful that I heard her in time. She's okay. I mean, look, she's okay. But, sorry. So, it reminded me of, gain your composure, of, what, her grandma, her tutu, says the good test is if it fits in a toilet paper or paper towel roll, then it's a choking hazard, and you shouldn't have it around your baby. It's really hard when you have an older sibling. You know, mine is 3.5, and so he doesn't really understand. I've learned a lesson, for sure. I could have lost her with a clip, a hair clip.
So there you have it. You can see Vi is happy and healthy. And she was right back to normal right away. Thank goodness, because mommy was a mess. But just hug your Kiki a little closer tonight. Give them the biggest hugs and kisses. And just love one another. Do kind things for people. You know, moments like these just remind us how precious life is and those around us. Kaimi was driving on the top road to Kona this morning, and the car coming towards him, the guy fell asleep at the wheel and drove off of the road at a high speed, and he could have easily crossed the center line and hit Kaimi. Kaimi was the only one on the scene for 10 minutes. The guy went to the hospital. He was still coherent, so, you know, we're hoping for the best for him. But gosh, these things just, they happen. They happen. So anyhow, I want to say to all you mamas, don't blame yourselves. You're doing a great job. Just like I am. We're all in this together, and we're all just doing as good as we can. And we all want what's best for our families, and we all want what's best for our children. And You know.